All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about PlayStation's upcoming DEI team shooter known as Concord, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this particular video game is a video game that, as I've said many times, and I'll say it right at the beginning of the video so everybody can understand, this game has every right to exist, just like every other game has every right to exist. They decided, hell, instead of co-opting known franchises that weren't woke, let's just make our own actual woke video game, and I'm all for that. I just hope that they have an extremely small budget, which we know that they don't. And on top of that, now they're deciding to, hey, let's just ignore what the fans are saying. Let's ignore what gamers are saying because it's just white noise. That's what they thought. That's what they try to claim. It's just white noise that gamers are saying. And apparently, they're completely ignoring the backlash that's coming towards their games and their pronoun nonsense.
Tonight at 11.
Doom!
So we have an article here from That Park Place with a headline that reads, Concord developer addresses the massive backlash to the game after it was revealed it pushes pronoun nonsense and features DEI character designs. Now, this particular video game, I believe there's a woman in charge, if I'm not mistaken, but overall, like, let's not pretend to be shocked at the fact that they are going this route because they're just trying to copy essentially what Overwatch is, and Overwatch is woke as shit. For anybody who doesn't know that, Overwatch has been going extremely woke for a long time now, and whoever's left playing that game, I feel honestly very bad for, not just because of the whole woke nonsense, but because they got promised something with Overwatch 2, and they are allowing Activision Blizzard to get away with not providing said content, right? They promised the PvE stuff, and they said, oops, we actually don't have the ability or the resources to do that, but here's another gay character. So let's get into the article, guys, from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. It says Firewalk Studios appeared to confirm rumors that the company was shrugging off the massive backlash the game received after it was revealed during a PlayStation State of Play presentation that the game pushes pronoun nonsense and DEI character designs. In the PlayStation State of Play, Firewalk Studios' Kim Krenus, okay, so it is a woman, or it could be a dude pretending to be a woman, who knows these days, who is the director of IP, revealed a number of characters for the game, including One-Off, Vale, Lennox, Amari, and more. Each of the characters that she shows off features the character's name, its role, and then their preferred pronouns. Many of the characters have clearly been created to adhere to woke DEI character designs. One such character is Imari, who is the obese black woman. Yes, because anytime they want to showcase a black woman, for some reason, it has to be ugly, it has to be obese, it has to be like this stereotypical figure of a black woman that basically all of them look like Lizzo in one way, shape, or form. Might be a little thinner, might be a little bigger, but ultimately it's just Lizzo in the game, right? Another one of the characters named Lark has undecided in the location where the other character's preferred pronouns are. On top of this, Krenus also stated every character brings their own unique personality, skills, and wide-ranging perspectives to the crew. I guarantee you, none of them are going to be interesting. I could just tell. Like, whenever you're leading with a sexuality identity or mindset with your characters, they're all boring to me. You know, maybe they're exciting for the one or two people that are into that kind of stuff, but ultimately, if you're trying to garner a mass audience, this is not going to be the kind of game that does it. This is no Overwatch killer. This is no Valorant killer. This is just a game that's going to have maybe a couple of people playing it once, you know, the dust settles and the honeymoon phase is over. And to my knowledge now, I didn't even realize, but they're going to be releasing this game on PC, and apparently they're going to require the PlayStation Network linking in order to play it. So you already know this game is going to be dead on arrival on PC, so they better hope that they have a big audience on PlayStation. Otherwise, this game is screwed. I don't really know what the budget is for this game, but I gotta imagine it's probably not that cheap. She also detailed every week when you log into Concord, you'll be welcomed with a new cinematic vignette that will give you a chance to see your characters off the job. They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the character stories and relationships and unpack the broader Concord galaxy. I would be curious to see if that's in the game at the beginning of launch, because Overwatch 2 promised that exact same thing. Overwatch promised a PvE mode, essentially, and the players didn't get any of that, right? The players just basically got into Overwatch 2 for absolutely no reason, because you could basically just stay with Overwatch 1. It was a massive expansion. It basically didn't give anything aside from, you know, maybe a couple of upgrades here and there. The game is such a joke, and this is just going to be a worse version of it. I don't even know why this game even exists, but again, I guess it can at the end of the day. Gamers were not having any of it and expressed their displeasure with the game. We already went over what Endymion said. Let's skip over to what Grum said. It says, following the backlash, a rumor from the former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern, aka Grums, detailed that Firewalk Studio was shrugging it off. Grums posted on X, PlayStation-owned studio Firewalk Studios has heard your complaints about Concord and ignored them. He added, sources tell me internal emails show the Concord team is shrugging off the criticism of their characters as white noise and dismissing it, very much in their own bubble. Now, I find it interesting that somebody like this, who's making a DEI-oriented game, uses terminology like white noise, because isn't that not allowed these days? Didn't they say, like, oh, blacklisting and all that stuff, like terminology like that's not allowed? I guess because it has the word white in it, it's allowed, but if it was black noise, God knows they would not be using it. He then pointed out, meanwhile, their trailer has over 44,000 dislikes, and their lead character designer bashes white folks and is rumored to be the one who pushed for the character lineup to be super woke. They are in for a rude surprise. Meanwhile, Sony will be forcing PC players to register for PSN with this game and barring it from sale in 177 countries. Vote Witcher wallets, he concluded. Now, after showcasing their game to a number of media outlets, Krenis addressed the backlash to the trailer. She told VGC, yeah, that trailer, that moment in such a tiny slice of everything that we've been working on for years and years. We're excited for the game and for the IP and for the game to be in people's hands, the IP to be in people's minds. It won't be. She continued, I'm personally excited for the IP, for folks to delve into the Galactic Guide, if that is something they choose to do, for these vignettes to come out on a weekly basis. You'll start to fall in love with the depth of the characters. That's something that you learn week to week. Their personalities will unfold. Their relationships will unfold for you. Their backstories. None of that is something that you can get in a tighter little slice of it. But that's a start, Krenis added. There's something there, so I'm glad folks watched it. I'm glad they participated, and I can't wait for them to see more, to see everything that is there. This game is going to be a massive flop, man. I really am trying to be nice here because, like I said, the game's allowed to exist. That's perfectly fine. But, I mean, just looking at... It's crazy how, like, I don't even have to click the video to probably understand what's about to be said in it, because you could just look at certain people and just understand exactly where their mindset is. Have you ever met somebody like that where you just look at them and you're like, damn, I know exactly where you stand, not only just ideologically, but politically too? I just know. I can just tell what's going to come out your mouth before it even comes out. And just looking at this picture tells me exactly that, which is fucking sad. It definitely appears that the company is indeed shrugging off the backlash to the trailer. Not only are they shrugging it off, but in VGC's coverage of the gameplay, a new DEI-inspired character was revealed named Daw. What the fuck is... Oh, what is this? What is this? How is the indigenous community not angry at this? Like, what is this supposed to represent? Is this Mexican? Is this indigenous? I don't even know. I don't even know. But why do the characters are running around doing physical things, right? Like, they're running around in a team shooter. Why are they all fat? Like, why are so many of them extremely obese? It just doesn't make any sense. After a certain point, you know, you can start to leave the realm of disbelief. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I understand it's a video game. Like, physically, it doesn't really matter. But ultimately, you're trying to sell an idea. You're trying to sell a story. And in something like this that is going to be heavily narrative-based, supposedly anyway, wouldn't you want to be having it at least make a little bit of sense? Like, this guy is obese. Why is he running around shooting people? I just don't know. Why has he got ski goggles? I have so many questions. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.